30 Curiosities You Did Not Know About Denmark, the Little Nordic Giant. Today we will see 30 curiosities that you did not know about Denmark. Keep watching to find out. Welcome to Top USA Entertainment. Number 1. The official name of this country is Kingdom of Denmark. Kingdom because it has a monarchy as head of state, while Denmark is a very old name. Some sources indicate that it means Land of Dan, while others claim that it means flat land due to its extensive low-lying lands. Number 2. The Kingdom of Denmark is actually the collection of 3 autonomous countries. Denmark concentrates all powers, along with the Faroe Islands and Greenland, which have autonomous governments, but many competences, such as economy, diplomacy, and defense, are under Danish control. Number 3. The famous Danish butter biscuits were first marketed by a Danish company that started making them in 1933. It was Kelsen who decided to can them in the famous blue metal box so that he could export it without breaking. The success of these cookies is such that they have become a symbol of the country. Number 4. Denmark is home to 2 of the oldest amusement parks in the world. One is the Bakken in Klampenborg, which was opened in 1573, and the other is Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen, which was built in 1843. In fact, it is said that Disney was inspired by these parks to design its famous Disneyland amusement park. Number 5. Denmark currently boasts some of the best social and economic indicators worldwide. To begin with, it is the 7th country with the most transparent democracy. It is the 9th richest country in the world. It ranks 10th among the freest economies in the world. It is the 4th country where it is easiest to do business, the 10th country in the world for quality of life. In addition, it has been leading the number 1 position among the least corrupt governments in the world for more than a decade. Number 6. The Kingdom of Denmark is a very old country. In fact, it is one of the oldest countries that still exist as such in the world. Since its monarchical government exists since approximately the 7th century after Christ, so the country is at least 1,300 years old. Number 7. If we consider only the territory of the peninsula of Jutland in Scandinavia, this country is quite small, with an area similar to that of the Dominican Republic or Switzerland. However, if we include all the constituent territories of the Kingdom of Denmark, this is the 12th largest country in the world, with an area similar to that of Saudi Arabia or Mexico. Number 8. Denmark owns some of the world's most successful brands, such as toy brand Lego, cargo ship company Maersk, food and cheese company Arla, Danish bank, jewelry brand Pandora, wind energy company Vestas, and cleaning company ISS, to name a few. Number 9. With a population of almost 6 million inhabitants, this country is the 2nd most populous Nordic nation, only surpassed by Sweden, having a population similar to countries such as Costa Rica or El Salvador. Number 10. Mainland Denmark is one of the flattest countries in the world, and in Europe, it is second only to the Netherlands. In the case of Denmark, it has an average relief of only 34 meters, and its highest point is the Malihøj, which rises about 170 meters above sea level. Number 11. Of the territory of European Denmark, only the Jutland Peninsula is continental. The rest of the surface of this country is insular, being the largest island and the one with the majority of its population Sealandia. The island of North Jutland, the island of Funen, Lolland, or Bornholm, to name a few, are also quite extensive. Number 12. If we count all the territories of the Kingdom of Denmark, this country would have the 4th largest coastline in the world, only surpassed by Indonesia, Norway, and Canada. However, since these territories are governmentally independent of each other, officially it does not appear in this way. Number 13. The Danes created and supported the invention of some of the things that have made our lives easier in many areas and some others very curious. Some of those inventions are Google Maps, the speaker, the telegraph, insulin, dry battery, endoscopy, Lego bricks, the Hansen riding ball, modern handball, and much more. Number 14. Denmark, as a good Scandinavian country, has a Nordic cuisine, although with a lot of German and French influence. Their dishes are usually accompanied by seafood, beef, and pork. Steamed vegetables are also widely used, and, above all, potatoes. Among its most representative dishes we can mention flæskesteg, gravlax, smørrebrød, frikadeller, wienerbrød, morbradboffer, æbleflæsk, krebinetter, stegt flæsk, and many more. Number 15. The name Bluetooth comes from the Danish king Harald Blattend, whose name was adapted into English as Harald Bluetooth. He was responsible for unifying the Danish, Swedish, and Norwegian tribes. For this reason, when the technology that allowed communication between several electronic positives was designed, it was decided to put the name of the Danish king. And because of this, the Bluetooth symbol is composed of 2 Viking runes, corresponding to the initials of King Harald. Number 16. The Danes really like comfort, being in cozy and pleasant environments, so much so that they even have a word for this feeling known as hygge, promoting environments with harmony and quite de-stressing. Perhaps for these reasons, Denmark has been considered one of the happiest countries in the world according to the World Happiness Index. Number 17. Since their introduction in 1880, bicycles have become one of the main means of transport for Danes. Even with the invention of motor vehicles, bicycles still reign as the main transport on short distances, since it is estimated that approximately 9 out of 10 Danes have at least one bicycle. Number 18. Mainland Denmark, unlike the other Scandinavian countries, does not stand out for having much with a total of 444. However, this data is somewhat misleading, because being this country owner of the Faroe Islands and Greenland, it would be one of the countries with the largest number of islands in the world. But most of these are under a large ice sheet for most of the year. Number 19. Because this country is the southernmost of the Nordic countries, its climate is more pleasant than the rest, because in addition to being located further south than the rest is surrounded by the sea and receives quality waters of the Gulf Stream, so it has both oceanic and continental climates, similar to the climate of Germany, although this does not occur on its islands to the north. Number 20. The name of the capital of Denmark is Copenhagen, which means pier. It has this name because since its origins, it has been a port city and currently has a metropolitan population that exceeds 2 million inhabitants and is currently the second most populated urban agglomeration in the Nordic countries, only behind Stockholm. Number 21. Hans Christian Andersen is probably the best-known Dane worldwide. Born in Odense in 1805, he is known mainly for his famous children's stories, which have been used by large animation houses even today. Among his most famous stories are The Ugly Duckling, The Little Mermaid, The Snow Queen, The Tin Soldier, Thumbelina, The Emperor's New Clothes, The Princess and the Pea, and many more. Number 22. Football is the most popular sport in Denmark, having won the European Championship in 1992 and the Confederations Cup in 1995. Also, being a country almost totally surrounded by water and cycle paths, sports such as cycling, windsurfing, sailing, rowing, swimming, badminton, tennis, and canoeing, to name a few, are very popular. Number 23. The flag of Denmark is called the Dannebrog, a word that can be translated as the red flag or the flag of the Danes. This is one of the oldest flags in the world, being adopted since 1219. Later, with the founding of Norway and the other Nordic countries, they would follow the pattern of the Danish flag, the Nordic cross being a common factor among these countries. Number 24. Although not as extensive as its southern neighbors, Denmark was once a colonial empire, possessing more territories in Europe, such as Norway and Iceland. It also had territories in Africa, where it is now Ghana, territories in America, where it is currently the U.S. Virgin Islands, and it had many settlements in India. Number 25. Denmark joined the European Union in 1973 and has close ties with this organization. However, in their lands, the euro does not circulate as official currency. This is because by a referendum, it was decided not to set aside its historical national currency, the Danish krone. Number 26. It is estimated that 80% of Danes are Christians. However, since the Protestant Reformation of the 16th century, the main doctrine of this country is Lutheranism, specifically that of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Denmark, which is linked to the government of the country, since its highest religious authority is the Danish Queen. Number 27. Due to the extensive history of the Danish monarchy, Throughout its territory, you can find a large number of mansions, palaces, and castles. Among the highlights are Kronborg Castle, Amalienborg Palaces, Christianborg, Rosenborg, Fredensborg, and Koldinges Castle, to name a few. Number 28. Greenland is a constituent country to the Kingdom of Denmark and is not only the largest island in the world, but also the third largest expanse of land in the Americas, behind only North and South America. In addition, it concentrates the second largest reserves of fresh water on the planet, only behind Antarctica, because in Greenland there is an ice sheet of 1,500 meters on average, and with parts that reach up to 3,000 meters thick. Number 29. Denmark is a country that has made great contributions to humanity. Proof of this are its 14 Nobel Prizes, being the majority of the laureates in literature and medicine, which together with its low population makes it one of the countries with the highest Nobel Prizes per capita in the world. Number 30. Denmark has a large number of heritages, both natural and cultural, having in total 10 sites considered as a World Heritage of Humanity, among which stand out its fjords, churches, castles, seas, mounds, and runestones, most located in Europe, but some more in Greenland. And well, this has been the video from Denmark. I hope you liked it. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the notification bell. If you liked this video, subscribe to the channel. Remember, this was Top USA Entertainment. I wish you an excellent day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.